Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be giving my predictions for Champions League Week 2 fixtures. And what a Week 1 fixtures we just had. We had some amazing results. We saw Bayern Munich destroy Barcelona again at the Munich camp 3-0. We saw Liverpool and AC Milan have another game for their ages at Anfield, winning 3-2 with Henderson's excellent volley. We even saw the shock result of Man United losing to Young Boys. Who would have expected that? But let's just hope for Week 2 to be just as exciting, just as entertaining, because we have some great fixtures. We have PSG versus Man City, we have Juventus versus Chelsea, European giants clashing this Tuesday and Wednesday, so let's just hope for amazing results. But before going this video, you know what I'm going to say, make sure you guys like, comment and hit that big subscribe button right there, because I'm nearly at 700 subscribers, and let me know in predictions, what do you guys think? Who's going to win this Tuesday and Wednesday in the Champions League fixtures? And let's just hope for amazing results, just like I said. So the first game I'm going to be predicting is PSG versus Man City, two European giants clashing on Tuesday. It's going to be an amazing game. There's so many storylines, there's so many narratives. Where should we start? The Oil Derby. We have the rematch of the semi-finals of the Champions League last year. This is going to be an entertaining game to watch. But let me just start with PSG. Although they've been doing good in League 1, getting the results, sitting pretty at top of the table in their respective league, and I know people will say, oh, that's not very good, but they didn't even win the League 1 last season, did they? So I guess this is some sort of progress. But PSG fans might not be happy with the way the season's playing out. It just feels like they've been crawling over the line this season, man, winning their last two games 2-1. And this is not what we expect from PSG, right? Especially with their marquee summer signings. People saying the best summer signing window they've had in history. 5 to 6 players who should be starting. So it's obvious there's still some chemistry issues and they need to adapt to their new players and ensure how they're going to integrate them into their new starting lineup. But the fact is, winning 2-1, not having great performances is going to work in League 1, but it's not going to work in the Champions League. They just drew to Club Brugge 1-1, an unexpected result, even though Messi, Neymar and Mbappe all started. And obviously they're not going to be able to play this bad against Man City, or Man City will just beat them just like they did last season. So they're going to have to step up their game. But in terms of this game, I think Messi's going to be injured, so he's not going to play because of a leg injury. So PSG are going to have to alter their tactics. And the best way I think they have to beat Man City is to play on their counter-attack. Like they did to Bayern Munich last season, because Bayern Munich played with a high line. They used Neymar and Mbappe to expose their weaknesses of their lack of pace in behind with the two world-class players to win the game. Obviously, the rest of the team's going to have to play compact, solid, defensive football, workman-like players like Herrera. Even if Ronaldo plays, he can do that job. Di Maria puts a shift on the left or right hand side as well, so you got enough players to cover Mbappe and Neymar to win you the game. And this is the best way to beat Man City, because we've seen teams do this in the past and have great success against Man City. They love playing that high line, and if you have Neymar and Mbappe up front, they're capable of winning any game. You always have a puncher's chance. And although PSG are home and they might feel the pressure to actually go against City and actually play on the front foot, City may be able to pick them off, because obviously they have so many talented midfielders at their disposal, like Kevin De Bruyne, Grealish, Mahrez, etc. So it's better to play more defensive, wait for your opportunities, be patient, and when Man City are exposed, you can isolate their weak defenders or defensive players who aren't really going to be focused, because they're going to be focused on attacking. But in terms of the result, I actually have PSG winning this game. I think the pressure's on them because they drew their first game. The pressure's on Pochettino. They're at home. They're going to want to have revenge against Man City for knocking them out in the semi-finals last season. There's so many factors which just look like PSG will want this game more than Man City. Man City already won their first game. They're away from home, and they might be, fatigued against the game against Chelsea this weekend, and PSG may have an easier game obviously in League 1. So I think this is just set up perfectly for PSG to win this game against Man City, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory for PSG. So the next game I'm going to be predicting is Juventus versus Chelsea, and another gigantic clash of two top European giants this Tuesday or Wednesday, man. What an amazing game. And I know Juventus aren't the same side they were 4 or 5 years ago, or even in the Ronaldo era. Come on, they still have some match winners, they still have some talented players that can win any football match this season. But in terms of this game, let me just start off with Chelsea, the European champions. Although they drew that game against Zenit in their first opening game of the Champions League, that's why people saying they were crying out for a world-class striker in Romelu Lukaku. Lukaku because he doesn't need that many chances to put the match away. There were too many games last season for Chelsea that they were drawing too many games 0-0. But because they have this clinical striker at their disposal and they have a solid, great defence, they only need to win these games 1-0. And that was a solid example like we just saw against Zenit Petersburg. But in this game against Juventus, it's going to be much tougher. They're away from home, but Chelsea should be licking their lips because obviously Juventus aren't as good as they used to be. But even for other reasons, look at the fixtures Chelsea have been winning this season, or at least getting points from. They've been going away from the top 6 sides like Arsenal, like Tottenham, and against Liverpool, and picking up results. 2 of them against their London rivals, winning them comfortably. So they obviously have the experience, they obviously have the know-how, they know how to get over the line, and they know how to dominate away from home, even if they have the hostile atmosphere chanting against them throughout the whole of the 90 minutes. Chelsea know how to do this, and I think Chelsea are going to bring this sort of experience, bring this sort of skill in this game with Juventus, and probably get a good result. But in terms of Juventus, I just can't see how they're going to win this game. They've been on a bad form, and I know it's a transition period since Pirlo left or got fired, and Allegri has been reintroduced into the side. It's going to take a while for him to embed his new ideas into the club, although some of them should be used to it. But it's going to take some time, especially against this well-oiled machine Chelsea, who know exactly how to play Tuchel ball in their 3-4-3 formation and get the goals needed to win the game. Although Juventus do have some nice matchups, like probably playing Chiesa. I know he's been on the bench for a while, but I feel like him on the counter-attack would be good against the isolated centre-backs Chelsea do have, because although they're good in the free, sometimes isolated Rudiger can be taken advantage of. So maybe this might be a nice matchup. But these centre-backs have been playing well this season, man. Thiago Silva won man of the match against Tottenham. You had Christensen winning man of the match against Liverpool. So these defenders are on fire, and I just don't see how Juventus are going to win this game. I don't even know if they're going to score this game. So in terms of this game, I just don't see how they're going to win. Like I said, Juventus are 12th. They're struggling at the moment. They just drew to AC Milan. I don't even know if they have the ability to win these big games. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory for Chelsea away from home. So the next game I'm going to be predicting is Manchester United versus Villarreal. And what another amazing game, because this is the matchup of the Europa League last final. So it looks like Solskjaer should be able to learn from his mistakes from last year and actually adapt to make sure his team wins. But let me just start off with Man United. What an absolute embarrassing display. What a pathetic performance against Young Boys. And I know they went down to 10 men, and obviously you have the disadvantage there. But come on, it's Young Boy. It's not Brazil of 2002. It isn't Barcelona of 2011 where they're going to absolutely dominate you, and that's why I have to park the bus. Why are you parking the bus against Young Boys? If this was Liverpool or Man City, do you think they would have really parked the bus and played 5 at the back against Young Boys? They would have still had 60% of the possession, and they would have looked to get that extra goal to put the game to bed and make it 2-0. But Solskjaer, like always, plays cautious football. He's too scared, even though he has a plethora of great talented players, and still wanted to scrape a 1-0 victory at the 30th minute mark. So you would have had to go 60 minutes without even conceding a goal. Why would you do that to yourselves? But let's forget this, because Man United obviously have been doing somewhat good, sitting top of the league with Chelsea and Liverpool, but they just got knocked out of the Carabao Cup, so that's another competition they're out of. So I don't even know if they have the confidence really going into the game against Villarreal. But in terms of this game, I think Manchester United must be brave, must go on the front foot, and actually try attack Villarreal, because if you try mirror their shape and their style, you're just going to draw and make it a stalemate like it was in the Europa League final. I think players like Pogba has to start playing the left hand side. Van der Beek must start, plays the holding midfielder, the one who will drive with the ball, provide good penetrative passes forward, unlike Freddie McTominay, to help out Bruno Fernandes and Pogba with the workload. I think these players all must start, because we know Villarreal's shape. They're going to play defensive, compact football and try hit Man United on the counter-attack. If you have more creative players on, it's going to relieve the pressure on Bruno Fernandes that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer always does, and praise that he saves them every single game. But in terms of this, because we know Ronaldo is more of a box player now, he's going to be in and around the box, so his link-up play is not going to be there. You need more players who are going to play 1-2 touches, who can move the ball faster from side to side to take advantage of Villarreal and try get them out their shape. You can't be playing more creative wingers like Sancho, etc., because this is going to stall the game and they might lollygag on the ball. So I think more creative players is going to be more important for Man United to win this game. But you never know if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because he probably has his other tactics which he thinks will get the win, which probably won't. But in terms of this game, I just don't see how Man United are going to win. I just don't see it. We saw it in the Premier League, Emery getting the bell of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We saw it in the final of the Europa League, Emery getting bell of the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So why should I predict against this yet again? Although Villarreal have been drawing their games in the La Liga, only drawing 4 games out of 5, which is a shaky start considering how good their season was last year, I still think they're going to be able to get a positive result against Man United. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw at Old Trafford. So the next game I'm going to be predicting is Porto versus Liverpool. And what an amazing game of football. Back like it was 20 years ago, right? What an amazing game. Liverpool doing their dramatic comeback. Well, not as dramatic as 2005. But losing 2-1 in the first half, coming back to win 3-2 in the second half. Jordan Henderson hit one of the volleys of the decade. Okay, I'm exaggerating there, but what an amazing half volley right into the corner in there, winning us the game. So Liverpool have had an amazing start, an amazing thrill to the opening of the Champions League. Obviously, it's going to be different this game against Porto because we don't have our home fans to cheer us on, literally provide us that extra energy to suffocate AC Milan like we did in the game. We're not going to have this presence, but surely Liverpool have the quality to beat Porto this game. We have had such an amazing run of form this season, winning literally all our games and drawing 1. Only drawing 1. So what an amazing start for Liverpool. And we just have the momentum with the firepower to put this game to bed against Porto. However, I'm not going to underestimate Porto. They're second in their league, winning 4 games, drawing 2. They've been scoring a bunch of goals with Diaz and Tomori. So those are danger threats Liverpool have to look out for. But at the end of the day, Liverpool should be winning. I hope Klopp doesn't rotate too much like he did against AC Milan. I thought that was a risk. It did pay off. Van Dijk can't play every game, can he? And Origi did step up that game. So let's see if these players can step up if Klopp wants to rotate again. But I might give Porto that extra advantage, thinking that Liverpool are taking us lightly. Let's try and make our stamp on this game. But in terms of this game, we should have enough to win this game. I'm just telling you. We have a great record at the stadium, winning 4-1 the last time we were there, winning 5-0 in, the year before as well, in the Jurgen Klopp era. So we have good memories there, and I think Liverpool will be able to win this game 3-1. So the next game I'm going to be predicting is Benfica versus Barcelona, and Barcelona look absolutely atrocious. The thing is, at least after the MSN era, they still have players like Dembele and Griezmann, and Messi, and you always thought they had a fighter's chance. You still have these world-class talented players to win you the game. If you look at the starting 11 now, it just looks average at best. Depay is their best player, and I do like Depay. I think he's a very, very good player, especially in the way he's left Man United. He's improved considerably so much, but at the end of the day, if Depay is your best player, you're not going to be winning anything in terms of trophies this season. But their squad is average, and you saw the gulf in talent between Bayern Munich and Barcelona in that game. Barcelona even reverted to playing long balls into Luc de Jong, their striker, a target man. Who would have thought that would have happened at Barcelona when they're known for their tiki-taka football? They were result to playing long balls to De Jong and knocking it down to Depay like it's Andy Carroll and Wilson at Newcastle. Like, I don't know what has gone into them. It's just, it's bad to watch, man. I feel sorry for Barcelona fans. And their league form isn't looking much better, sitting like in the bottom half of the table. 5 games, 9 points. When you have Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid running away with the league right now, Barcelona look a shambles and they look like a shell of themselves. But in this game against Benfica, they should be looking to win this game. They can't be thinking about the game against Bayern Munich because they know that Bayern Munich are way better than them. These are the sort of games they should be winning because they can still finish second in their group and actually qualify for the round of 16. And Benfica should be the side they're facing, which gives them hope that they can actually win this game. Benfica are top of the league. Let's not get that twisted, but let's not forget it is the Portuguese league. And they did just draw to Dynamo Kyiv and they couldn't even score a goal, didn't even create many chances. So Barcelona should not have that much to worry about this game. But with this squad, with this team, with this starting 11, you just never know. It's Depay or bust. You don't even know if they're going to win this game. So in terms of this game, I think Barcelona do have it in them to just score 1 goal. But I ain't going to go for it. I'm going to go for a 0-0 game. They have only scored 8 goals in 5 games. You expect much better from Barcelona. But those are my predictions. Let me know in the comment section who you think is going to win. And thank you for watching my video.